David Margolis is a doctor in one of the city's largest public hospitals.
Yeah, Metro Health is the safety net system for Cleveland. We take care of people regardless of their ability to pay. For a lot of our patients and the people that we take care of at Metro Health, this is their one of the few strategies that they can use to get money.
What does the literature say about the long-term effects of donating plasma twice a week?
I couldn't find anything in the literature describing what the effects were. I know from talking to my patients who do donate plasma that they're tired, so they get fatigue, they have headaches. But beyond that, you know, all I know is the Red Cross has one time a month, and these guys are doing it twice a week. Were to talk to this individual who's donating, my patient, and he might not be able to afford a cell phone bill or rent, and that is more important for his health potentially than the downside effects of donating, because if he doesn't have a cell phone, he can't get a job, or he can't pay his bills, then you know, he'll freeze. So this is the dilemma that we're in. Yeah.
What if you could earn extra money while doing something great for others? At Octapharma Plasma, you can. Not only are plasma donations vital to the treatment of rare, chronic, and genetic diseases, you could also...
The USA is the world's main exporter of human plasma with 70% of the world market. Their success is based on a foolproof recipe. By building on this type of campaign, they nurture the image of a country with excellent sanitary conditions. The market is under the supervision of the Food and Drug Administration. The FDA stamp is a guarantee of quality, opening the doors to the international market. Each week, frozen plasma is dispatched in shipments mainly to Europe. This is the other side of the American dream. Masses of poor people willing to sell their blood. They provide an unlimited pool of primary material. We wanted to understand the conditions in which blood is collected. 7 a.m. in Cleveland, in the parking lot of Octapharma.
I can't do it no more. Best y'all ask the other people. But anyway, I blacked out. I don't want to do that no more. I just small, and I didn't eat before I went in, but it almost killed me, so I don't want to do that no more. I got a job now, praise the Lord.
Just work. I'm providing a product. You know, I'm like a cow. I'm giving you milk.
These stories illustrate the industrial pace and inadequate checks. However, Octapharma assures the authorities that there is strict donor monitoring. But if that's the case, why didn't the Swiss company let us enter? Why did they prevent us from talking to the staff? How are its donors selected? To check, we had to go and see for ourselves with a hidden camera. This is what we discover inside. Machines interrogate the donors. The volunteers answer the medical questions at electronic terminals. One single physical examination, measuring blood pressure. This is mainly to avoid the donors fainting while donating blood, which would slow down the entire chain. Not a single chair in the room is empty. An endless stream of donors with no time to recover after the donation. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. In view of such summary checks, everything is based on what people say. Paid donations entail a certain risk. They encourage donors to lie about their health. Such compensation also attracts a high-risk population that sometimes has secrets to hide.
Yeah, like they say, like, do you have fast food people with AIDS or something? You ever been to jail? Do you get molested or something? Weird questions, but it's basically you all know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a computer asking you. No. Who to say though? If I was lying when I said my tattoos was over 2 years old, it looked like it's part of the bricks, but it actually ain't. It's where they missed and it blew the vein up. Make you look like you doing heroin or something. And, you know, like at the same time, I know people go over there, they getting the money, using it for drugs. but who am I to judge the next person? Last summer, the big thing around here is K2. And so, it don't show up even if they was to test them for drugs, it don't show up in your urine. It's gonna give you that nice high for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you chasing again. So, you gotta wait till the next couple of days, back to Optima Plasma. It's free money. I'll give up this plasma so I can get that fix. I feel everybody wins. That's the way I see it.
The people selling drugs, they are used to this.
They love it because, simple fact, that means while Octapharma is there, even if it is somewhere else, they clientele got somewhere to go every time to make some money. Okay, listen, you give me your card, your Octaplasma card, and I'll give you a bag of Tunchi. Because I know when you go, it's gonna get loaded on there. I'm gonna make sure that you go though, because I'm not gonna take no type of losses. I'm gonna drop you off in there, I'm gonna drop you off there and make sure you get in, do your paperwork, and then I'm gonna leave, because I know I'm gonna get my money for sure. And when you done, you can come back again. We'll do the same process again.
And this is how the blood business attracts the drug business and all that goes with it. Trafficking, exploitation, health risks for the donors. Is Octapharma aware of all this? We wanted to ask them if they noticed traces of drugs in their donors' plasma. But it's still impossible to get access. Tensions rise. The security services asked us to leave, which we did. Why was our presence bothering them so much?
They don't like us to interview their donors.
Yeah, man, you know why? Because y'all doing something they ain't doing right. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on.
So much has happened between now and the last.
For you guys to be out here, because y'all doing something they ain't doing right. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on, but for you guys to be out here professionally with your cameras to interview this place, I mean, what do you got to hide?
We're doing a TV documentary about plasma and plasma donors.
Their complaint, they call and complain that they felt like you were harassing the donors coming out.
Management just advised that they want you guys advised of trespassing, which means if you walk onto the parking lot, they will have their security sign charges against you guys for trespassing.
Okay, that's fine.
Very good.
That's fine.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much.
Back in Switzerland, there are many questions about compensation, exploitation, and concern about donors' health. Does all this affect the drugs we use? What control do we have over imported plasma? First of all, we wanted to see Tamara to show her our images.
Last summer, the big thing around here is K2. It's bad as heroin. It don't show up even if they was to test them for drugs, it don't show up in your urine.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
Wenn er Drogen braucht, geht er Plasma spenden.
Ja. Also ja, wie gesagt, ich bin auch ein bisschen geschockt. Also ja, die 2, 3 Geschichten, die sie nur machen, dass sie Geld haben, okay, ja, sie machen nichts Blöderes. Aber die da mit den Drogensachen, das ist wirklich, das ist heftig. Ja.
Aber es hat mich auch so beeindruckt, wie er liegen, eine Reihe um die andere, wie viele Leute dort liegen. Das ist Wahnsinn.
Wie viele Leute das für Geld viel machen.
Ja.
Du musst dir mal vorstellen, wie das der Körper schlaucht, 2-mal in der Woche, das geht Geld.
The Swissmedic experts reassured us that the plasma for Swiss drugs didn't come from paid donors.
Also wir erhalten vom Hersteller seine ganze Dokumentation über alle Herstellungsschritte und da gibt er uns an, von wo dass das Plasma kommt, von welchem Land und ob das bezahlte Spenden sind oder nicht. Und er muss hier deklarieren, dass es unbezahlte Spenden sind.
Ça veut dire que ce produit vient des États-Unis
Ja.
de dons non rémunérés.
Genau. Wenn das heißt unbezahlte Spenden, das sind unbezahlte Spenden.
Le don rémunéré est une industrie aux États-Unis.
Ja, aber das sind nicht das Plasma, das in der Schweiz verarbeitet wird, kommt aus Spenden, die nicht bezahlt sind. Non rémunéré.
In industry terms, the money paid to donors is compensation, not payment, a play on words. In Germany, for example, donors may receive a small fee, which is limited to 3 times a month. But the fees offered in the USA are much higher, enough to let the poorest survive.
Mais on sait qu'à Cleveland, la plupart des centres de dons de plasma paient les gens pour donner leur Plasma. Vous pensez vraiment que ça...
Das weiß ich nicht. Also das ist auch keine Information, die wir eigentlich prüfen. Was wir prüfen ist, ob eben die Spendezentren, die jeweils aufgeführt sind, ob die der Zulassung, also dem Plasma Masterfile entsprechen. Das ist unsere Aufgabe. Das ist nicht unsere Aufgabe.
The Plasma Master File, a several hundred-page document in which the origin of the plasma is listed. Countless technical details, but nothing about the reality. Visibly, the Swissmedic experts don't know more about it.
Vous avez déjà vu un centre de collecte de dons aux États-Unis, de CSL par exemple, ou de Octa Pharma?
Nein.
Vous savez comment ça se passe là-bas?
Nein. Next question, please.
Does it make sense for the legislator to ask so few questions? The industry hides behind the trade secret, keeping the authorities in the dark.
Vous avez expliqué qu'il est possible.
The socialist congressman J.F. Stiert is an expert in the Swiss health system. He finds the pharmaceutical industry's lack of transparency unacceptable.
En général, une entreprise qui sent qu'elle commence à intéresser un peu le politique et ou les médias, soit elle se referme complètement, mais elle risque d'attirer beaucoup de soupçons, soit elle est intelligente et puis elle commence à communiquer un petit peu ses données. Il faut des fois beaucoup de pression jusqu'à ce que ça marche.
Opacity, profits, lack of monitoring. To what extent is public health at risk through this system? What threats does it pose to patients and donors? Jean-Daniel Tissot, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine of Lausanne University, has long been head of the city's blood center. Although he was generally reassuring, he pointed out the risks.
Est-ce que d'un point de vue sanitaire, il y aurait une différence entre le plasma d'un Américain pauvre et celui d'un Suisse?
Alors il n'y a aucun élément pour l'affirmer. Je ne pense pas, parce que les contrôles qui sont faits ou les techniques de préparation nous permettent de nous assurer à l'heure actuelle qu'on est capable de se débarrasser de tous les pathogènes. L'exception peut-être serait liée au prion, donc c'est cette protéine étrange qui est impliquée dans la maladie de la vache folle. Et là, les certitudes ne peuvent être mises sur la table.
Zero risk doesn't exist.
En France, un scandale à propos du sang, c'est l'événement du
As we are reminded by the scandal of contaminated blood that hit Europe, including the Swiss Red Cross and France.
Dans ces locaux, on traitait le sang collecté destiné aux transfusions, un sang que l'on disait le plus sûr du monde. Mais en 1990, le scandale éclate, les responsables du CNTS sont poursuivis et condamnés pour avoir laissé écouler durant plusieurs mois des stocks de produits contaminés par le virus du sida, provoquant ainsi la mort de plusieurs centaines d'hémophiles et de transfusés.
After the scandal, sanitary checks were increased worldwide. The plasma pools are now cleaned using methods that are said to be highly efficient.
Les solvants détergents sont parfaitement efficaces sur tous les virus les plus dangereux que sont ceux qu'on a nommés hépatite et sida. C'est assez clair.
Jean-Jacques Houard is a hematologist in Lille. He's head of the blood center for the north of France, the largest transfusion center in France. He's one of the people traumatized by the blood contamination scandal.
Il a été prouvé que la fréquence des pathologies est nettement supérieure en cas de dons rémunérés. Alors, bien sûr, les tests sont là pour éviter tout ça, mais on peut imaginer qu'un nouvel agent infectieux puisse compliquer largement le problème de l'innocuité.
There's no climbing out of that. And it's just, it makes no sense. They let people, people are going in there just to buy drugs. And it's like, that's sad.
L'abomination. Non, c'est dégueulasse.
Today, the checks are considered effective, at least as far as known risks are concerned. But if there was a new virus slipping through, it could spread more quickly due to globalization. To reduce these risks, wouldn't the best way be for each country to produce its own plasma? That would be preferable, according to the World Health Organization.
Self-sufficiency is definitely one of the aims that WHO promotes in terms of the goal that countries are trying to get to. The goal is not self-sufficiency solely for self-sufficiency's sake. It's because systems that are self-sufficient tend to be safer and tend to provide better access. But there are many parts of the world that are not self-sufficient and have to depend on outside sources for blood donation. And so for us, it's an aim that much of the world needs to work towards, but we're not there yet.
However much the WHO may state the importance of self-sufficiency, the world market isn't following. The USA is exporting more plasma, and soon Europe won't be able to do without this cheap raw material.
In many parts of the world, they've made decisions to, and particularly in Europe, in several countries, some Scandinavian countries, France, are making decisions to basically privatize or to move into a private management of these types of donation systems.
Despite the checks being in place, the experts cannot rule out the possibility of a new virus. This fear for healthcare is a main feature of the news in France. In July 2015, Octapharma obtained the liberalization of the market. The Swiss company was authorized to sell its plasma and the drugs derived from it to all French hospitals. Until then, the French Blood Center had had the monopoly. This intrusion is worrying Michel Monsalier, the director of the powerful Federation of Volunteer Donors.
Il y a besoin de beaucoup de sang.
Oui.
Et il y en a combien qui sont faits?
Au niveau national, c'est 10 000 dons par jour.
Mais je veux dire, enfin, c'est suffisant pour combler le...
Complètement.
Okay.
On est toujours autosuffisant. Ouais.
Souvent, les collègues, ils disent on n'a pas assez de sang, on a besoin de donneurs, tout ça. Enfin, moi, c'est le discours que j'entends. Il n'y a pas assez de sang, il n'y a pas assez de donneurs.
Non, c'est faux. C'est faux. Aujourd'hui, on est autosuffisant en sang et on l'a toujours été depuis les années 50. Donc, il faut toujours renouveler le stock de donneurs, entre guillemets, parce que entre le moment où vous donnez une première fois, on a 60% des donneurs qui donnent une première fois qui ne reviennent pas au deuxième don.
Et au niveau du plasma, c'est pareil, c'est...
Le plasma, on n'est pas autosuffisant pour une bonne raison, c'est que c'est un marché qui est ouvert à la concurrence. C'est-à-dire que pour fabriquer des médicaments dérivés du plasma, on a des intervenants étrangers. Ces intervenants qui sont des laboratoires pharmaceutiques, qui collectent eux-mêmes le plasma en payant les donneurs.
Mais c'est illégal, ça.
En France, c'est illégal.
En tout cas, ouais.
Mais les médicaments qui sont fabriqués à partir de ce plasma
peuvent être vendus
sont en marché libre en France. Donc 50% aujourd'hui des médicaments dérivés du plasma proviennent de laboratoires privés fabriqués avec du plasma rémunéré auprès de donneurs étrangers, que ce soit en Allemagne, en Tchéquie ou principalement aux États-Unis.
D'accord.
Le plasma, on ne considère pas forcément que c'est fait pour faire des médicaments. Or, il y a des gens,
du tout, ouais.
il y a des gens, il y a 500 000 patients en France qui vivent grâce aux médicaments.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer ce qu'Octapharma a changé?
C'est pas trop Octapharma qui a changé, c'est l'Europe qui s'est constituée. À partir du moment où on considère qu'une substance peut être qualifiée de médicament, la liberté de passage d'un pays à l'autre est acquise.
On a très peu de temps. Je pense que maintenant, au deuxième semestre, on va rentrer dans le vif du sujet avec l'entrée sur le marché. Personne, je dis bien personne, malgré les affirmations qu'on nous fait aujourd'hui, n'est en mesure de nous prouver que le plasma qui va servir à fabriquer ce plasma solvant détergent provienne de donneurs bénévoles.
Market liberalization. Increased sanitary risks. What does Octapharma have to say in response to these fears? After many months of investigation and countless requests, the company still refuses any interview. We went to their headquarters located in Lachan, in the canton of Schwyz.
Je suis à votre siège de Lachan et j'aimerais beaucoup vous parler. Ah voilà, je crois que j'ai des collègues à vous qui arrivent là. Donc je vais parler avec eux et puis je vous rappelle. Je vous rappellerai, mais je pense que cette attitude est vraiment très raisonnable.
The best thing to do is if you could leave the building at the moment, and then, as Thomas said, we will consider your questions and come back through the appropriate channel.
Okay, so you will answer my questions.
We will answer your questions.
You just said that. You will answer our questions.
Upon the police's request, our cameraman left the premises. The head of communications asked us to ask our questions in writing, promising us he'd pass them on to the shareholders. Clearly, nothing is decided without the approval of Marguerre, the founder and single owner of Octapharma. The company doors closed to us once more. We had a long list of questions, not only with regard to the sanitary risks, but also the company's methods. On the plasma market, Octapharma isn't the most important player, but its sales have already reached 1.5 billion euros and are soaring. Its business practices have often roused the authorities' suspicions.
Le politique au Portugal, l'ancien Premier ministre socialiste José Socrates, qui a dirigé le pays entre 2005 et 2011, a été inculpé et incarcéré. Il dort ce soir en prison pour corruption et fraude fiscale, un scandale financier sans précédent.
At the end of 2015, the former Portuguese Prime Minister was arrested for corruption. He allegedly received funds from Octapharma when he was a consultant in Brazil, where the Swiss company was involved in a huge case known as the Blood Vampire Scandal. Octapharma is suspected of bribing Ministry of Health officials. The case has still not been judged, and the company continues its activities in Brazil. Such political connections are worrying the French Donor Federation. Mosellier has first-hand experience of the Swiss company's sensibility over this matter.
Ma relation avec Octapharma a été un peu difficile en ce sens que nous nous sommes étonnés de la remise de la Légion d'honneur à Wolfgang Marguerre par la ministre de la Santé, en l'occurrence Roselyne Bachelot à l'époque. Et M. Marguerre a décidé de porter plainte contre nous, la fédération, contre moi personnellement et mon collègue président de la fédération à cette époque-là, pour avoir porté atteinte à son image personnelle et à l'image de ses entreprises. Donc on a vu débarquer à nos domiciles 6 personnes, un huissier, un officier de police, 2 gendarmes, un serrurier et un informaticien, pour aller voir dans nos ordinateurs si nous ne portions pas atteinte à l'intégrité et à l'image de M. Marguerre et de ses entreprises. Il y a eu un procès à la 17e chambre correctionnelle de Paris et M. Marguerre a été débouté de sa plainte et a été condamné aux dépens du procès.
De quoi il avait peur précisément?
De peur d'une perte de chance en matière commerciale, c'est-à-dire de dire que ce que l'on avançait n'était pas forcément exact et que ça pouvait porter atteinte en termes commerciaux au développement de ces entreprises.
When we visited the headquarters, Octapharma promised answers to our questions. A few weeks later, the head of communications informed us that none of them would be answered, without explaining why. There was only one solution left: travel to Heidelberg, Wolfgang Marguerre's home.
Hallo?
Ja, guten Morgen. Ich möchte mit Herrn Wolfgang Marguerre sprechen, bitte.
Wer sind Sie?
Ich bin François Pilet, ich bin ein Journalist. Hallo? Hallo?
Wolfgang Marger was incommunicado. He asked the police to let us know.
Guten Tag.
Möchten Sie bitten, dass Sie die Kamera bitte ausmachen? Ja. Können Sie sie bitte ausmachen? Translation, please.
Et il demande d'éteindre la caméra.
Do I have to? Yes, please.
Wir sind auf der Straße.
So our questions will remain unanswered. The origin of the plasma, its payment, the risks linked to donor poverty, drug detection, and the likelihood of new epidemics. Why doesn't Dr. Pharma provide any answers to the questions of Tamara and thousands of patients? On Cleveland sidewalks, these questions seem derisory. Selling their plasma will always be a lesser evil to those with no choice. For as long as people in Europe and elsewhere need plasma, the pharmaceutical industry will meet their demand.
Just America. Everything is a big corporation out here. And without money, nothing moves. You see, when the market crashes, everything shuts down. No government checks. So what can we do? Our plasma might still be running. Let's go get a couple dollars out of them right quick. Tap this arm real good. Let's give them what they want so we go get what we want. Oh, fuck.